Hello and welcome everybody to another episode of, we'll say Panda Drafts. Nice name. Uh, Today I'm going to be doing a modern cube draft. And this format is very interesting. So far there's a few kind of rules that I've seen for a few guidelines for success that I found to be quite potent and quite relevant to me. The first of which is planeswalkers are the most powerful in the format, and so if you can get planeswalkers, or rule 2, get things that kill planeswalkers, or rule 3, get fixing. And so on that vein, I'm going to get Solemn. There's really nothing. There's Read the Bones and some other fun stuff in the pack. But Solemn, colorless, goes in a lot of decks, gets us to where we kind of need to be. The Modern Cube has a lot less powerful cards, but there is still some pretty key strategies. Beats are better. There's a lot more creatures, a lot less broken stuff, which is why planeswalkers are so powerful. Here, things that stand out: Mimic Vat is almost always great. Eternal Witness is pretty good. Fatal Push and Go for the Throat are solid black removal. Remand and Tidings are really nice blue cards. I think it's between Mimic Vat and Tidings. I think I'm going to go with Tidings this time around. Drawing cards is pretty nice, especially in the type of deck where when you're a little more of a controlling deck. Okay, so Polluted Delta is great. Dark Confidant is pretty great. Sylvan Caryatid, one of the better green ones. New Nicole Bolas is amazing. Elspeth is still pretty good, even in a control-ish planeswalker deck. Sorin isn't as good in that vein. Banefire is pretty nice. It can just kind of kill anything without worrying, as long as you have the mana. I haven't tried Ronos, but I imagine he's pretty good. Yeah, but we're just going to take the powerful Planeswalker and start building this control deck, which is kind of how it turns out in a lot of these things. Tends to be one of the better strategies I've found, and I enjoy it. So now we have a choice between Mana Leak, which is a solid early interaction pseudo removal spell. It's kind of a catch-all too. And then Windswept Heath, I think, is probably the next best card, at least for what we're going. Murbattlesphere isn't too bad, but we have 1 7-drop already that we want to cast. Windswept Heath could help us fix for it eventually. I think we're going to take a Mana Leak, though. Mana Leak, a little more catch-all, goes a little bit better with what we already have. Okay, here, Fleece Mane is pretty good. We're not really in that vein, though. Azure Mage isn't too bad, but when you don't have a lot of creatures, this kind of loses value because they just use their removal on it. Sulphur Falls is kind of nice, and Arc Trail is kind of nice. Arc Trail is a really good card. It's just a solid 2-for-1 a lot of the times. Can get rid of a more problematic permanent as well. I think I'm going to take it over Sulphur Falls, just because Sulphur Falls will. Uh, there's a lot of dual lands, and those aren't some of the best ones, so there's a possibility it comes around to you. So then you have Harmonize, which is a sometimes better than Tidings card. I don't think it's quite what we're going to do here. Sleight of Hand, a nice cantrip. Fetid Heath is a pretty good fixing land. Devour Flesh. I think I'm going to take Fetid Heath out of this. Sleight of Hand doesn't do too much. Temple also is not the worst, but I think it's pretty likely we end up picking up some white cards as well. And then Fetid Heath can help us splash for those. So here we have Sarkin, who's not an amazing planeswalker. But isn't too bad. Usually he's better in like mono red, kind of aggressive strategies. Brawl's not really what we're looking for. I think here we'll just take Thirst for Knowledge. It's not as good because there's not as many artifacts to kind of dump off, but it's still decent. So some decent green cards. Gradeborn Muse can be pretty good. It's kind of another draw engine, but it is fragile because it's a creature. You have Ralzeric. Ralzeric's not super powerful, but in modern cubes, still good enough most of the time. Either Adept, Kakusho. I'm going to take a Wrath. Black Sun's Zenith is a pretty solid Wrath, and it is repeatable, so you can kind of waste it early and then hope to draw it later. Either Adept is more of a tempo thing, and Kakusho's not too bad, but is better in like a sacrifice. I'm going to go with that. So here it's between Fatal Push, Magma Jet, and Terramorphic Expanse, I think. And you do want good early interaction. I think it's between Fatal Push and Terramorphic Expanse. I think we're going to take Terramorphic Expanse. I think it's just there's a few other good early interactions we can deal with. Here, Sylvan Caryatid might be solid. This is also good in a non-green deck because it has hexproof, so it's not prone to your opponent's removal. I think we'll take it here. May or may not run it, but we'll take it. Green seemed pretty open, so Acidic Slime or Disenchant. I think we'll take Disenchant. And there's a Condemn and a Temple of Mystery. That's a good one. Prophetic Flame Speaker's like whatever. Not really the deck that we're looking to go with. So far, some pretty solid pickups. Okay, you have Uraga Tree Speaker is the best mono green. Which, if we did go mono green, which we probably could have, or at least green like Splash, blue. Maybe like Teamer? Maybe it's not too late. Canyon Slough, Carplution Forest, Jace, another really powerful planeswalker. Venser, usually a good card no matter what. Sphinx's Rev, also good. And Star Compass. As part of mana fixing, there's also like the 2-mana ramp artifacts. And I think that's what I want to go for here over Uraga. I think if we had moved into green before Uraga would be better, the mono green. But as of now, I think that's only okay. So then Glenalundra Archmage. It's not as good in Modern Cube, but it still protects you against a lot of stuff, and it can still hit opponents' planeswalkers. So they have to kill it a couple times before dropping a planeswalker if they are playing it. Then you have Sulphurous Springs and Dragon Skull Summit, which hopefully one of those will come back around. Nothing else in here is really for our deck. Maybe Murderous Cut, but I think it's Glenalundra now, and we'll hope to get one of those. Ooh. Primetime is solid. Wildfire is solid. If we had more ramp, I'd be more interested in Wildfire. Huntmaster's not too bad. Primetime's pretty good, especially because we have some neat lands to get into. I think it's between Sphere of the Suns, which helps fix us, at least for a little bit, and Prime Time, which is a top end. You know, I think we can go Prime Time. Yeah. Because this can help us with the other stuff. Ooh, Tooth and Nail. Tooth and Nail is pretty interesting. Disfigure, early interaction. Ulamog. Ulamog's pretty nice. Boom Bust is actually not too bad if you have some fetches. Everflowing Chalice and Crystal Shard. Don't really have too much that can abuse Crystal Shard. We have Glenalundra and Solemn. Sword of Primetime. Even a Darker Waste. Everflowing Chalice. I'm going to go with Everflowing Chalice. Could get Tooth and Nail, could get Ulamog. We'll see if any of those come around, but I'm going to stick with the ramps here. Den Protector isn't too bad. Phyrexian Obliterator is great in decks that can cast it. Mono black. Despise isn't too bad. Through the Breach could be nice. We have that Ulamog. Primetime is pretty solid. I'm not super excited about it. I think a good old dual land here is the way to go. Hall of Triumph, Siege Gang, Murderous Redcap. Trophy Mage right now doesn't get us anything. Ultimate Price. I think it's just Scattered Groves. Yeah. Green's pretty open. Supreme Will. Master is just great. Master is just a great card. Rampaging Balos is also not a bad card. But Master, if they don't have removal, Master can take over pretty early. There's also like Stirring Wildwood. We don't really have any white right now though. So another green-white isn't doing a lot. There's also Spellskite and Supreme Will. I think Master has the highest upside though. Maybe that's not super correct, but we have Oath of Nissa, Pact, Stomping Ground. Stomping Ground could be pretty good. And Pyroclasm kind of evolved into this Teamer black kind of thing. So Pyroclasm could be good at stopping early play. I'm going to take Stomping Ground though. There's a couple of Pyroclasm type effects in here. Some that are better. Here, I think Sphinx's Revelation, we do have a few white fixers that makes this much better. Lets us play the control game a little bit more. Fencer's also pretty good, but it is another 4-drop Forsake when we already have Disenchant. Dead Gone's pretty solid, just as early interaction, and Carplution Forest is pretty good. He's between Dead Gone and Sphinx's Rev, but I'm a fan of Sphinx's Rev. So we have Sulphurous Springs. We do have Reflector Mage, which could also be not so bad. Reflector Mage is one of the better tempo-ish guys. Do you like Sulphurous Springs? Yeah, I'm gonna do Sulphurous Springs. Maybe we can do other stuff. I think we're good enough to be a Wildfire deck. Ancient Grudge isn't too bad. Not really Young Pyro. I think Wildfire's a good place to go. Could Boom Bust then. Thunderbreaker Regent, Frostlinks. Frostlinks isn't too bad. We do need 3s too. I think it's better than Boom Bust. Although I'm not 100 on that. Oust I think is better than Gaze of Granite. Lash Out's a good one. Jinx Chokers, whatever. So I mostly lean this way because these are my favorite kinds of decks to build. So we might splash black and not run Black Sun Zenith. Because we already have 4 colors. maybe we just go on the double splash. We'll see how we feel about that. I kind of like that. Ooh. Lots of good cards in this one. Love Blasphemous Act as a Wrath. Love Chromatic Lantern as fixing, and I think that's the highest pick. Reflecting Pool also helps fix our lands, which is great. Tireless Tracker is solid for card advantage. Rune Snag and Spell Pierce aren't too bad. I think it's between Blasphemous Act and Chromatic Lantern first off, and I think Chromatic Lantern is just a clear winner. Alright. Hollowed Fountain not too bad. Sacred Tribe not too bad. A couple of good Planeswalkers, which is probably what we'll end up taking. Bonfire also is not too bad. Would like to get Bonfire or Blasphemous Act back and around. Neither of the rest of those are too pertinent. I think this Jace is slightly better. Groot could be okay. I think I like Jace though. I think I'm gonna bring in Master. Ooh. I do like Nissa quite a bit, and it scales well with our ramp really nicely. There's also a Temple, which I wouldn't mind. Fetid Pools, which I wouldn't mind. Thoughtseize, which I wouldn't mind. But new Nissa is pretty sweet. And I think we're definitely green-blue, red. I think we have more than enough support for that. I think white and black are pretty solid as well. So the rest of this pack, I think we're looking at maybe picking up maybe some more early interaction. We have a decent amount of top end. We have a lot of There's a lot of good things in this pack, including a Gilded Lotus. How many? Gilded Lotus actually cut out a lot of green. I like Mind Shatter a lot. I don't think this is the deck for it. Flame Slash could be pretty nice. Ever Flowing is kind of like a 4. Gilded Lotus is great. Trigon's okay. We have 2 red removal. I think it's between Flame Slash, and Gilded Lotus. And I'm greedy. I'm going to go with Gilded Lotus. It's probably not correct. It's probably more correct to take Flame Slash, but this format tends to be a lot slower. And so, even if you spend the first, unless you face like mono red, but if you spend the first few turns just kind of like building up and then boom, wildfire them, I think this makes Black Sun Zenith better. Or like, you know, build up, wrath them, go from there. Ambition's cost is actually nice, but I think we have enough. We have Thirst, Jace, Tidings, Sphinx's Rev. I think we have enough card draw. We don't have to go there. I like Wall of Roots. I like a couple of the dual lands. I like Zealous Conscripts, and I like Mind Stone. Because we're a wildfire deck, though, I think Mind Stone's the choice. I think we're kind of in on the ramp, and then just play like one of our super powerful spells. What I would like to see, though, we'll look for more here, is ways to kill opposing planeswalkers. So far, we haven't really found it. I think this is solid. Maybe pick up one more playable. But I think we're pretty good on the fixing. I think we just want... Don't really need more value. Chasm Skulker is not too bad. I guess we'll take early interaction. Duskwatch doesn't do a lot. A lot of these are aggro cards. Burst Lightning can hit players, and so it is a at least decent way. A lot of the good ones, a lot of ones that people play start out with like 3 loyalty and then go up to 4 or something like that. And hopefully by the time they're playing stuff, we'll have a pretty nice board presence. Because if they're like interaction with creatures and then play something on like turn 5, we're like, oh, sucks to suck. We ramp out, play like 3 planeswalkers in a row, and then overwhelm them. Victim of Night, I think it's too hard to cast. Llanowar Waste isn't too bad. Twilight Mire isn't too bad. And then Duress. I think Duress is a good way to get in front of stuff. I don't think it's everything. I think we'll take Twilight Mire, and then that will definitely help us fix for Black Sun Zenith, which I think is solid. We have Black Sun Zenith, Wildfire as Wraths. Didn't see a lot of the other stuff. Kind of like how it's turned out, though. Bolt is nice. Good solid 1-for-1 most of the time. Wear Chair's not too bad. I do like Oblivion Stone. However, we have a lot of artifacts, and that also kills artifacts. But you can build it up over time, too. I think I just straight up like Lightning Bolt better, though, over Lash Out. I think we'll just upgrade there, because there really wasn't too much else. Again, Oblivion Stone might be the right pick, but... So a Rune Snag could go along with Mana Leak, but I think Blasphemous Act definitely helps us stave off the creatures, and we can play 16 lands pretty easily with a deck like this. 17 lands is probably still fine, but I think 16's okay. Hollowed Fountain, Whisperwood, Palladium Mirror, Sunpetal Grove. Spirit. Nothing too crazy. I think we just... I guess we just take Fixing. It's not super imperative, but... Moloku's not too bad. But again, we'll just take the Fixing. We do want to make sure we have basics for the Star Compass, so we'll have to pick and choose, but we can get rid of some of the other not so good ones. We'll take Trigon Predator as a sideboard. If they're on a similar plan, then Trigon Predator seems great. Or if we just kind of need early interaction, an early flyer, that seems wonderful. I do like Mana Gorger Hydra. I think that's just a solid pick. Alright, sorry about that cutout, folks. Had something come up. The last card that got added was Alesha, was the last card of the packs. So now, let's see. I think Frostlinks is probably one of the weaker ones. I think we could add in maybe Mana Gorger Hydra, maybe Trigon, maybe Master, maybe one of these. Try and go on the... Don't really have creatures plan. I do like Master. It makes them kind of answer it. If they can't, well, that's good for us. I like Vivid Grove. I like Terramorphic Expanse. Stomping Ground. Temple of Mystery. Those are all pretty much auto includes. I think Fetid Heath is as well. You can turn one black source into two, which can be helpful. Twilight Mire is probably better in that aspect. Like the Temple. I think the one thing we're not crazy on is Sulphurous Springs. But even then, it's not that bad. There's an untapped red source. Actually, you just run a mountain and it's the same thing. So with that, we have 6 lands. Sort by color. This is like double blue, blue red, blue green. There's a black. So for green, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 green seems plenty. For red, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, we probably need a couple mountains. Black, we have 1, 2, 3, kind of 4, 5. Yeah, so we have plenty black. Blue, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's probably pretty good. And then we only need 1 white, and we have 4 white sources. So we don't need a plains. I don't mind having a swamp, although we don't really need it. There you go, like that. Yeah, I like that. All right. So there be the deck. I will see you guys for the first. All right, hello and welcome to the first match of our modern cube draft. I'm going to keep this one. Probably hold on to this Scattered Groves to cycle away. If I didn't have that one, I probably wouldn't keep. Just like mono white. There's a bolt. I don't think we have to bolt yet. Like, we're at 20. So now when he goes like that was his whole turn. So I like that one. Ooh. It's a good play there. This can tap for mana, thanks to Chromatic Lantern. Flicker Wisp, sure. And I'm not going to crack it for that very reason. If we're gonna destroy lands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's a little awkward. I think I just want to get down Gilded Lotus, and then next turn Wildfire. We take 6. I was holding up something. Red, 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 red. I think we'll wildfire now. Say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Yeah. I think we gotta keep one red. Guessing the opponent might have resto. Yeah. Not a big deal. You have ways to deal with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like this. Blue, black, red. Kobolas, the God Pharaoh. It's the reason why you put him in your deck. Yep. Then we just kill Resto and then take over the game. So that's pretty solid. So we want something like Lash Out, maybe. Probably don't want Mana Leak. Thirst is probably only so-so. Trigon could be okay. I like Condemn. Could do Disenchant because they have several different things. Could also do Lash Out. I'm gonna have a few. I'm gonna do Disenchant just to hedge your bets. Went pretty well. I'm gonna keep. If we draw a red source, this is pretty great. Blasphemous Act is going to be pretty good. Don't want to ditch the Scattered Grows. I think so. Really want to find a red source here. Blade Splicer. Black Sun Zenith. We're going to be taking the beats here. However, depending on what the opponent has, there's that stupid War Gear again. 7, 9. Okay. But he does flip the Gideon, which is annoying. Yeah, I think we were just a little too slow. Didn't get our arc trail off in time. That's all right. We'll solemn. We'll try and claw back. Bolt. That would have been nice ages ago. I think here, we don't have a swamp. Okay. That part's annoying, but... Oh, that's just game. Okay. Well, opponent was too fast for us that time. I'll bring in... Lash Out over... What's less good? Sphinx's Rev? This Sphinx's Rev refills a little bit. We'll just look for more early interaction. And this suffers from literally the same things that our last two games have. Yeah, I think we'll keep, because we're going to be looking to do that on turn 3. We have most of our colors except for red. So, this might go poorly. Alright, opponent doing absolutely nothing is exactly what we wanted. Alright, third game in a row with Crafted War Gear. There's a Ralzeric. We need to leave up a blue, don't we? Can't do anything with the Gilded Lotus right now, but we do have a bajillion mana if we can grab something. Hero? Sure. Glenalundra. Well, let's Temple first. We'll scry that to the bottom. We'll say red. There's so much mana, it doesn't really matter. That was good. That one was really good. So now we can disenchant, and then he has to sacrifice. Those are some good draws. Good draws. Good draws by us. Baneslayer Angel. I actually can do quite a bit here. So if we red, this is 3, right? Is this the nothing too crazy? 2, 1. 3 damage to that. And then, I really just want to get ooh. Blasphemous Act doesn't do a whole lot, I don't think. Probably more than Lightning Bolt, though. In case the opponent just like dumps, you know, 5 1-drops or something like that. I don't really have much. Tap, untap. We're gonna Glen Elendra here. I think we're gonna start zeroing this. So nothing there. We are drawing Burst Lightning though. So pass the turn. Opponent can play Resto. Archangel Avacyn. Okay. And Duplicant. Alright. Not bad by the opponent. Playing a lot of high value creatures. Gets to knock Ral down, but it's not going to do too much. Could just Burst Lightning this Archangel. Save the Blasphemous Act. Part seems pretty solid. We need 2 more for that. Bing, bing. Deals 4 damage. Let's see. I guess I could ult yield Nissa. I'm just gonna scry though. Bottom, bottom. Goodbye, Sylvan Caryatid. You served me well. Play another creature. Play another creature. Play another creature. Yeah. Oh, hello, Daddy. Is Wildfire better? Probably, right? It's got to be better. Red. Tap. Untap. 1, 2, 3. Sacrifice 4 lands. Yeah, opponent just says no. Opponent says no, thank you. All right, that was the first game or first match. Went pretty well, I would say. The deck is okay. I think we were missing a few things, but I don't think the opponent's deck was quite aggro enough. Like in the second game, you could see where our deck kind of falters a little bit, but we won. We won the first match, and I will see you guys. All right, hello and welcome to match 2. Keepable. Not amazing, but keepable. Starting off with 2 colorless lands. We do have a lot of the stuff we want. Which is artifacts. Solemn was a good draw. We do need a land, though. Ooh, Pack Rat. This one we'd like to get rid of. That was the wrong land. See if opponent goes on the Pack Rat plan. They don't. Okay. Colonnade. We could just Solemn. They hit for something, and then we I don't see why not. I think Solemn here is fine. We'll get a red. Not in any hurry. If he's gonna Pack Rat twice, get rid of lands or spells, like we'll just Black Sun Zenith. We'll block here, make him do it. Ooh, gets rid of Ashiok. That's good. So now we draw a card. Hollowed Fountain. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 8 with this. We could Everflowing for 3. Right? Yeah. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into Everflowing. X equals 3. Kill off the Pack Rats. Have an Everflowing on 3. Cast with multi-kicker. There we go. Get rid of the Pack Rat Menace. Now we have mana. A lot of mana. Which is exactly where we want to be. Opponent did draw their blue. So they do have the blue spells in their hand now. They get rid of Ashiok, though, which is great, because we don't have a lot of answers to Ashiok, unfortunately. Profane Command. Alright, return Pack Rat, so they're back on the Pack Rat plan. Make us lose 3 life. Ooh, Jace isn't bad. I think we'll thirst for knowledge, though. Artifact. So we can either Nissa or Jace. I think the idea of it is Jace or Roonies. We could do both. Jace, tick up. Green, whatever. Scry 2. Colonel Lender's nice. Don't need Sylvan. Do like Glenna Lender, though. You can double Pack Rat, but he can still only hit for 2. Never. That one's annoying. You cannot Pack Rat now, though. Now he can Jace. Yeah, definitely going to take this Burst Lightning. And I don't think he can pump it. I'm going to play Glenna Lender first, though, just in case. 1, 2, 3. Well, no, there's nothing he can have, right? If we play this first. 'Cause then we can blue, white, something, something, something. You can see the importance of grabbing cards like that. Destroy Planeswalker. It's really powerful when your opponent is trying to Planeswalker you out. Ooh, Skin Render. That one is a nice counter to Glenalendra. I will say that. Gonna draw a card with Mind Stone. It's a Scattered Groves. A Temple. Well, what's Temple? Black Sun Zenith. I'm not really looking for that right now. Master's nice. Looking mostly for Wildfire. Arc Trail. I'm going to pass and activate Colonnade to block Skin Render. I want to read some bones. Finds a land and a removal spell. Yep. Well, we have a few good options here. Few good draws. That was one of them. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. Sacrifice this one, this one, this one, and that one. All right, and now things are sitting okay for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 9 mana to our opponent's 3. So blue must be a splash for them. It's going to get arc trailed nicely. Ooh. I'm going to wait on that one, though. Because we can just colonnade them out in 2 turns. Yeah. Opponent sees the writing on the wall. So let's see. They're like a value kind of thing. I think Lash Out is the only other one that could kind of go in there. I'm not like super excited about it. They're mostly value. They do have ways to kill our planeswalkers, though, which is annoying. Could Mana Gorger over... This one's just a good threat over Maybe Blasphemous Act. They don't have many creatures. I guess they have Pack Rat, though. That's something we do want. Yeah. I don't think it's something we want enough. We could keep Blasphemous Act in over Black Sun Zenith, but I don't actually mind that. It's possible we want to cut out a land. Run 15. I'm just iffy to do that. Could run Lash Out over Arc Trail. Actually, I think that's a better one. Arc Trail's good, but it's much better against more creature-heavy decks because you can get a 2-for-1. Whereas Lash Out could hit their Planeswalker. Seems solid. I'm going to keep this one. And no red mana. Do like Jace. I'm actually going to bottom that, though. I think we have enough value. That seems weird, but we need... We don't have double blue. Oh, well, there goes Mind Stone. Maybe they take Thirst. Thirst is probably the worst card, but... Or the better card. Yeah, I don't see them taking one of these. Especially because we have 2 of them. They'd probably just take Thirst. Which is unfortunate for us. Though we do have Tidings coming up too, so... Sphinx's Rev. I'm actually just going to shock here. And I play Mind Stone first because we could play Everflowing for 2 next turn if we don't get anything. Liliana. Not too bad. Ooh. Yeah, I guess we just, no, hold on. There we go. I guess we just master. Try and get this going. If your opponent has removal, they have removal. But, oh, well, there's their green. That's kind of unfortunate. Looked like they were cut off that color. Ooh. Opponent murders cuts. Surprised that they still have those things in. I mean, I guess they saw like 2 or 3. They aren't great for us. Oh, goody. I am going to sack this Mind Stone. We want to get closer to double red and double blue. So we can pick up one of those. We can pick up... Oof. It's pretty bold running Phyrexian Obliterator. Alright. Don't want a wildfire now. I'm going to pick up second blue. Can't really Sphinx's Rev though, because we need a white. Well, I guess we have white. This is pretty much just unblockable. We're looking for Black Sun Zenith. Prime time's not bad. We'll get Temple and could go Colonnade. We'll go with Grove though. To the bottom. See what the opponent has. No kill spell, end of turn. That's good. No kill spell now either. That's also good. Elves, sure. I know we scryed. We should have sacked that in response. That one was a mistake, but... Ooh. Does not do a whole lot. Could just Sphinx's Rev. Could Black Sun as well. If we Black Sun, we gotta gain at least 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have to 7 that. I think I'm just going to Sphinx's Rev. Gain 4. I'm worried about mana leak here. If we gain 4, we take 7. You go down to 1. We do play around mana leak though. Yeah. That one was definitely risky, but I think that gives us the best shot. And now if they try and play something... Ugh. Really? Alright. That one was a little bit of BS, but that's fine. I'm going to bring in Condemn. And over Mana Gorger, because I did leave in creature removal. And take out Master. Bring in Oust. Try and go there. That was the problem with going for Sphinx's Rev. Just could have something like that. I guess I saw that the first game, so maybe I should have played around it. The fact that they played around Mana Leak, though, that's just weird. I mean, good call by them, but it was a little weird. Alright. This one's not too bad. Land to the bottom. Lead with Colonnade. Lead with Forest. Yeah, I was gonna say, hopefully they just do, like, stone nothing. Hopefully we don't see an Ashiok here. Sweet. And no Obliterator, which is even better. Ooh. Goodness, I'm actually going to Lenalendra. to protect this Nissa. Could get punished if opponent does play Obliterator, although we do have mana leak. So we need to think carefully about what we're going to counter and what we're going to do. That's fine. Opponent still has a bunch of removal. They don't have any of their colors. Well, now they have. Now they have another color. Zarek. Temple. Everflowing Chalice isn't as good, so I'm going to bottom it. I'm going to play Ral. Good old Ral. Ral's a pal. This lets us Glen Elendra and Mana Leak if we want. Sure. Again, the removal is a little odd. I mean, we'll take it. It found targets, so... we are going to Mana Leak that, however. Ral is good. It lets us have ramp. Play Pack Rat. Knight's Whisper. Sure. Try to Primetime and Sphinx's Rev. I think we definitely want Sphinx's Rev. I don't think the opponent has to do a lot to come back just from these two. I don't think there's a use in wildfiring quite yet. I think it was better before when there was like nothing on the opponent's side. Ooh, Soren Markov. Luckily, we have a bolt. Ral plus bolt equals dead Soren. Oh, he does it to Nissa. Interesting. Okay, well, you can take the bolt. Or you can take Wildfire. Yeah. Now we're just going to bolt, bolt, scry 2, both of those on top. Pass the turn, Sphinx's Rev, and win. Sphinx's Rev should be the game. As long as, I guess, as long as it goes off without a hitch. Probably should have done it in response to this, so they couldn't find blue. What you doing, opponent? Thoughtseize. Skin render. Kill itself. Maelstrom. Kill one of these. Probably Nissa. Garruk Relentless. Interesting. Create a wolf. Let's see. Let's do prime time. Can we just kill the opponent? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Oh, flying, right? Unless he has like 1 mana removal. Seems more than okay. We have Ral to back it up, too. Boom! Got there. Alright. That was 2 matches. You can see how Planeswalkers are very important, and killing Planeswalkers is also very important. In the end, we just had more things. So, see you guys for... Alright, hello and welcome to the 3rd match. We are on the play again, which is nice. Really nice. Keepable. Definitely keepable. We're going to lead with Terramorphic Expanse. Probably get a blue. Mono red. Mono red. It's not a good sign for us. Hand's a little slow. A little slow for mono red. Oh, blue red. Blue red tempo, I guess. Oh, Arc Trail would be a sick draw right here. Come on, Arc Trail. Come on. Ow. No fire. No fair. We'll just pass. Hopefully the opponent just keeps playing things. They're just like, creatures, yeah! Ooh. I'm in fact going to discard this artifact. Opponent likely has something to save the Soulscar Mage. But that's alright. Remand. Sure. We'll let this get remanded. Don't matter to us. Figure of Destiny, sure. Fetid Heath. Get rid of these guys. Oh, it could have a counter. Sure. Bing, bolt. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. Not really it right now. 2, 3, 4. Glenelendra. Temple. Ooh, Sylvan Carry added. I think we can do better. Sylvan Carry added is a good blocker, but I think we can do better. So worth countering this. Probably not. It's for 2. One does have a really good beats. 3, 4. Rugged Prairie. Sure. Another 2. I mean, that was their whole turn, so I don't think that's that big of a deal. Four, 5, 6, 7. Definitely a bit of a risk. think it's worth it though. He could just have like spell kill us, but if he just goes like burn, we're dead, but Geist actually isn't too bad. Geist is certainly annoying, but well, that does nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pact of Negation. Yeah. Opponent got there. I guess we could have drawn, but it wasn't going to matter. Opponent out-tempoed us. Let me get rid of Master. Sphinx's Rev is okay. Morale is okay. Solemn's okay. Chase is okay. Thirst is less good. Maybe Wildfire's not good enough. And maybe Blasphemous Act is too slow. Try that. Opponent's got the deck that counters ours, so well, this seems good. Twilight Mire. Send that to the bottom. That's why we put the other land to the bottom, but I was really hoping not to draw a land. I was going to play Ral. Actually, that would have been way better. Yeah, I'm a dum-dum. You're probably sitting there going, oh my god, Eric, I can't believe you. Yeah, I can't believe me either. That was the perfect setup. Here we are being dum-dums. 3, 4... I can't spell Queller. We have a lot of removal for that, though. Although I definitely punted this game away. That would have been pretty primo. So probably gonna lose. Probably gonna be punished for my dumb mistakes, but. That's all right. Opponent's got a good deck. Very nice tempo base. Sure. What do they do? Top, bottom. There's the Geist. Probably should have left in Wildfire and Blasphemous Act just to deal with Geist. Morale's pretty much just a fog for a couple turns. I don't think he'll do anything useful. Well, that is not the way to win. Could have got out to a better start. I think ultimately we were just kind of doomed. Like now we have nothing. Like we're just way behind. Which is why this deck is really good. Oh. Send the deck out some. Goody, another land. So what we needed was to draw 5 lands in a row after punting. The opponent has drawn several lands as well, but they began with less wasted resources. More land. I don't really want to go down to burn range, so Lash Out does nothing, so yep, just get beat by Geist. I don't think our deck was set up for it either, so it was very poor. Link to the bottom. Our only real hope is that the opponent doesn't have any burn. And we draw exactly Black Sun Zenith. Nope. Alright, well, that is where you get punished with decks like that. However, we went 2-1, which is pretty solid. Got our money back. So that means we get to do another draft, and hopefully the next one goes even better. But thank you guys for joining in. Hope you enjoyed another Panda draft. I kind of like the sound of that. Another Panda draft, and I'll catch you guys next time.